Hello everyone, in this video I'll show you what you can make from a cordless drill battery, and you'll also need a piece of plastic pipe that needs to be cut. Now flatten this plastic and heat it with a heat gun so that you get a smooth sheet. Next, you need to shape this plastic to match the form of the cordless drill battery. Also heat it with a heat gun in the same way and then bend it. Cut off all the excess using an angle grinder. Now this shape needs to be fastened by soldering in a metal mesh. For this, I'll test my new soldering iron from Finersi, model HS03. It comes in a nice case like this, which holds everything you need. The set includes 3 tips, a screwdriver, a charging cable, and the soldering iron itself with a stand. This soldering iron runs on a battery, and you can adjust the temperature from 100 to 450 degrees. Let's install the tip and turn on the soldering iron. For quick temperature adjustment, it has a very convenient switch. If you want to buy one for yourself, the link will be in the description. First, use the soldering iron to fuse the plastic so it stays together. After you fuse the plastic, you need to solder the mesh into it. Now everything is holding securely. Insert the battery into the mold and mark the spots opposite the contacts. According to the marks, drill 2 holes with a 3 mm drill bit. Next, you'll need 2 pieces of wire, screws with nuts and springs, and from all this, you need to make contacts for the battery. Put the wire on the screw, then the spring, and insert it into the hole, securing it with a nut. You don't need to tighten the nut too much, and the contact should be springy. To prevent the nuts from coming loose, put a drop of super glue on each of them. Now we insert the battery and see that the screws press firmly against its contacts. After that, you need to put a piece of pipe onto the prepared form and secure it with super glue. You need to put the collar onto the pipe itself, which I cut off from a coupling used to connect these same pipes. Apply super glue and install the collar so that it covers part of the battery. This is how it turned out. The battery stays in place perfectly. Next, you need to drill a hole in the pipe, stepping back about 2 centimeters from the edge. Cut off part of the wires, strip the insulation from the ends, and solder them. For soldering the wires, I changed the tip to another one that's slightly bent. In this soldering iron, the tips are changed very quickly. You don't need to unscrew anything, they just pull out easily. If you need to slightly increase or decrease the temperature, it's more convenient to use the arrow buttons for that. You'll also need a power control board for the DIY project. The contact labels are written on the back. Connect the wires to its input. The red wire will be positive and the blue one will be negative. We also strip the remaining wires and connect them to the output of the board. By the way, this soldering iron is designed so that if you put it on the table, the tip doesn't touch the surface, but it also comes with a special stand in the form of a cap. After connecting the wires, we install the board inside the tube, securing it with a nut. We put the cut-off part of the coupling onto the end of the tube and glue it in place. Next, for the homemade device, we need a fuse holder. Unscrew the cap and remove the spring with the contact from it. You need to drill a hole in the cap with a 5mm drill bit. You also need to remove the contacts from the fuse holder itself. After that, you need to drill holes in the holder with a 3mm drill bit. The holes should go all the way through, passing through both walls. Then, on one side of the hole, you need to widen it with a 5mm drill bit, while on the other side it should remain at 3mm. Unscrew the nut and install this holder into the end cap of the sewer pipe. Next, take the screws with nuts and springs and install them into the holder. Make the contacts in the same way as you did for the battery. In the connector for the battery, we clamped the wires with nuts, but here you don't need to do that yet, just install the contacts for now. Take the second part of our homemade device and solder the wires to the screws. I've soldered the wires, now the cap needs to be fixed with super glue. We install the battery, and at this stage our homemade device is finished. To make it work, we'll need a soldering iron tip called T12. We insert it into the holder and secure it with the cap. At this point, I think many of you have realized that this is a powerful soldering iron that runs on a cordless drill battery. Its advantage is that it heats up very quickly and its temperature can be adjusted. This soldering iron is very convenient to use because it has no wires. You can take it with you to work or to any site where you need to solder something. You can even use it in the field where there is no electricity, for example when soldering communication wires. It will also be useful if you work as an electrician. You can just throw it in your tool bag and carry it with you. If you need it, you can always connect it to your cordless driver's battery. You can always install any Haka T12 tip on this soldering iron. They are very easy and quick to change here. You just unscrew the cap, install the tip you need, and screw the cap back on. Nothing will melt inside. Only the tip installed in the holder made of non-flammable material is heated here. You can set the heating temperature using the power regulator. The battery lasts a long time and you can always replace it with another one. By the way, you can also replace the battery in the soldering iron from Fnersi. To do this, you just need to unscrew a small screw with the screwdriver that comes in the kit. Inside there's a regular 18650 battery installed, but it's better to just connect it to a power bank. If anyone wants to order the Fnersi HS03 soldering iron, the link to it will be in the description. So, if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment and subscribe to the channel. Thanks everyone for watching and goodbye.